Hello everyone, myself Vasanti, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce from St. Josephs College of Arts and Science for Women, Ozu. So today topic is implementation of GST. So introduction. The GST will be implemented for a goods and service tax in India. So it is a significant milestone. Several years the GST will be passed and it was implemented in the country. Here it will be taking the background to short out to achieve the journey so far. So GST is a indirect tax system. So the indirect tax system regime in the country by Oish Tomer for a relevant year. So the GST will be contest a historical so much. So history of GST implemented in India. So pre-GST tax system. So before introduction of the GST in India, the tax structure will be in the multiple way. So the indirect tax will be imposed by the both central and state governments. So there will be a multiplicity of tax will be affected before the GST. So proposal and visions of GST. So the proposal of GST will be the unifying tax into a single. So there will be a GST for one tax for one nation. So the GST will be a bill will be passed in the 2014 by the Finance Minister Mr. Arun Jaitley will introducing the Constitution Amendment Bill in the Parliament. It is a pivotal step for the GST implementation. So after the passing of the GST bill, the government will set up the GST council to decide the tax rates, exemptions and other details. The GST council will be held as a several meetings and it will be finalized in the May 2017. So GST will be implemented in India on July 1st, 2017. So the implementation was not without its a challenging and many business have to be faced a teething problem in the initial months. The government will make a several changes and have to be revision the GST rules to address the issues. So next, economic impact. The implementation of GST is aimed to boost up the economic growth by simplifying tax, to reducing the tax evasion and forecasting the many business. It will be a friendly environmental. So next, digital transformation. So GST will be a digital era of tax compliances with the returns related documents being filed through the web portal. The web portal we have to be digital transaction and we have a improved transparency and tracking of transactions. So continuous evaluation. So the GST introduction, the GST will be undergoing a several amendments and refinements to address the industry's specific concerns and have to be improve the effectiveness. It is a continuous evaluation. So next, capacity impacts of GST implementations. After the GST implementations, the tax system will be simpler, buying a lower production cost and have to be raising the competitiveness between the Indian goods in the national market and you have to be improve the export competitiveness. So GST have the tax basis and it will be raised tax collection for the government, so which may be put on towards the social welfare initiatives and as well as infrastructures improvements and other for the developments. By lower trading of the state across the states, it also aided to creation the united markets. As a result, the business will be easier. The Indian enterprises are now more competitive in the India. Next, negative impacts of GST implementation. So first, initially after the implementation of GST, there will be faced here several challenges and have been a lack of awareness between the taxpayers and having a confusion over the tax rates. So there are multiple tax rates and different complicants required for a different industries have to be increase the compliance burden of the business. So there are so many problems, impacts will be faced in the input tax credit system. So we have to be managing the working capital requirements, it will be affecting. So GST having a negative impacts on the marketing. So following the implementation of GST, so there will be unemployment rate has been raised. So on February 2018 in India, there were a business building the easier and self-employment raised, but only for those who cannot afford it. So there will be a consumer price index (CPI) will be also a based faced a impact of the GST. So like other industries and service sectors are previously taxed, so lesser rate are now to be large tax burden under the GST. So as a result of certain industries have experience of some challenges will be faced by the impact of GST. So on the common man's pocket, with the introduction of GST, the Indian taxation system will be, yeah, have to be pay more tax on the goods and services, but long term benefits of the GST for a common man are plentiful. They have to be increase the tax rate systems are payable by the consumer goods producers of the automatic sectors. Thank you.